When you think about real estate marketing, it used to be all about yard signs and maybe a newspaper ad. But today, it's a whole different ballgame. It's about building these incredible brands that can somehow cut through all the noise in this crazy digital world. So how do we even know who's doing it best? Well, that's where the 2026 Inman Marketing All-Stars come in. These are the innovators who are literally shaping the future of the industry as we speak.
So let's ask that big question. Who is really defining the future of real estate? I'll tell you, it's not always the biggest companies or the flashiest new tech. These awards, they're like a roadmap. They point us directly to the people and the teams who are genuinely innovating and making a huge impact in a market that is changing by the minute.
All right, so let's get right into it, the main event, the honorees themselves. Inman has just dropped its much-anticipated 2026 list. And yeah, this is the official list, recognizing the marketing and communications pros who are driving some serious, tangible change across the entire residential real estate world. But here's the thing you gotta know. This is way more than just some popularity contest. It's a huge signal of where the entire industry is headed.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. A list of names is, well, it's just a list, right? So what's the big deal? To really get what's happening in the industry, we have to ask, why do these awards matter so much? What are these winners actually doing on the ground? Let's break that down.
Well, it all boils down to this. The real estate market right now, it is insanely complex and competitive. I mean, just getting a client's attention is a massive challenge. The marketers we're talking about here aren't just finding their way through this maze, they're creating the most clever and effective paths. And that's the kind of environment where these all-stars just thrive.
And look, you don't have to take my word for it. Inman's own CEO, Emily Paquette, totally nails it with his quote. She points out the evolving role of marketing. This isn't just about sticking a for sale sign in the yard anymore. That evolution means you have to master data, you have to master storytelling, you have to master building a community. And these all-stars, they are right on the cutting edge of all of it.
So what does that evolving role actually look like on the ground? Well, think of it like this powerful cycle. First, it starts with shaping how a company communicates, making their message super clear and compelling. That clear message then builds trust, which, let's be honest, is the absolute bedrock of any real estate deal. And only when you have that trust can you forge those genuine connections with both clients and other agents. And that, in turn, just makes the company's message even stronger. It's the engine of modern real estate marketing, right there.
So who are we actually talking about here? Who gets to be an all-star? Now, you might be thinking it's just the big guys, right? The huge household name brokerages you see everywhere. But the reality is actually way more interesting than that. The list of winners gives us this fascinating look at the entire industry ecosystem.
I mean, check this out. The awards are honoring leaders from all over the place. You've got your traditional brokerages, sure, but also the major portals, the tech companies building the tools we all rely on, and even the essential service providers. The big takeaway here is that amazing marketing isn't happening in some isolated department anymore. It's a critical, integrated part of every single piece of the industry.
And success isn't just about one thing either. The awards celebrate a massive range of skills. We're talking about the super high-level brand strategy, which is like defining a company's entire soul, all the way down to the nitty-gritty tactics of demand generation and crunching the numbers on digital performance. It just goes to show you, to be an all-star today, you've got to have the whole marketing toolkit mastered.
Okay, so let's dig into this year's program specifically, because there are a couple of things that really stand out and show why it's becoming such a big deal. First off, this is the program's 4th year. Now, 4 years might not sound like a long time, but in an industry that moves as fast as real estate, that's practically an eternity. It means this is no flash in the pan. It's become an established benchmark for excellence that really carries some weight. And this right here is maybe the most important part. These awards aren't for flashy campaigns that just look pretty but don't do anything. Nope, they are specifically for work that delivers on two things that actually matter: real business growth and genuine industry engagement. This is about marketing that moves the needle, period.
So when you put it all together, this year's winners really give us a snapshot of what marketing excellence looks like today. But it also gets you thinking, doesn't it? What comes next?
And that's really the big question we're left with. What's the next groundbreaking innovation that's going to define success? Is it going to be some hyper-personalized, AI-driven content, a totally new social media platform we haven't even heard of, or maybe a completely different way of building a community? The only thing we know for sure is that the marketers who figure it out, they're going to be the next all-stars. The race for 2027? Oh, it's already on. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.